Kenyan. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you very much, sir, and we're happy that you're here. So, in Kenya or internationally, everybody have their own perception of who you are. Some people say, oh, you're tribal. Some people say you're this. Everybody wants to say what they want to say. Some people say you're a total true man. You speak the truth. Some people say you don't. So everybody sees you and they analyze you in their own box, how they want to put you. So do you think that people see you, people misunderstand you, people misjudge you, or it's just simple a casualty of politics? Because I know politics can be cruel.
No, perception is relative. It depends on who is seeing who as who. To my supporters and admirers, and they are in millions. Yes. They are honest and truthful men in Kenya, south of Sahara, north of Ibalimpo. The most truthful man Kenya has ever seen as a leader. That is to many Kenyans. For those who have a problem with me and who like to distinguish my rise, those who like to see me down, those who don't like me to rise, they have all manner of accusations against me. The most ridiculous one is around tribal.
Yes.
It doesn't matter really, because Kenya is a multi-ethnic country. There are many communities. Everyone comes from somewhere. So if my detractors want to say that I'm tribal, so be it. What's most important is what the majority of Kenyans think. Wherever I go across the country, I'm received very well. Despite those accusations. I was in the coast the other day and I've spoken. When you are demanding I speak once more. I've been to Masai Land. I've been to Western Kenya. The people of Northern Kenya are demanding that I go there. There's no way the whole country can be demanding you go and rest to the body of tribal. That is just an accusation by detractors. And then as well, because I don't expect my detractors to talk well of me. I would be expecting too much. But even in the case you cannot be loved by everybody in the country. You will be loved by many. You will have a few haters here and there, detractors. They'll say this and that. But it will be very foolish if you got ever distracted. I stay focused. I know what I want. I know where I'm going. I know where I need to go. I'm so focused in what I'm doing. I never get distracted by those accusations. Sure.
So you'd say 100% you're not tribal? I
am not. I'm a nationalist. I speak for the people of Kenya. And I love what I see here. Stand out and speak up. That's what I do. Yes. My whole life revolves around those two sentences. Standing out
and speaking
out. Very few people can stand out.
So you're
because people are cowards.
Yes.
People fear. People are intimidated. Very few people can speak up. You know,
stand out.
Stand out and speak up. I really love that because that's who I am. My whole chemistry, my whole DNA revolves around those two. Standing out and speaking up. That is what I do. And many Kenyans really appreciate. When I came over the weekend and there was a crisis back home, Kenyans were asking, where is the regime? He needs to speak. Because Kenyans have learned that I speak the truth. So anytime there is a challenge in a country that is a little bit complicated, that is a little bit dicey, that people do not understand correctly, Kenyans count on the regime to come out and tell them exactly what it is. And that is what I do. That's what I've been doing for the last so many years. And that's what I continue to do for the next 1 year. That's what I continue to do for the years that God will give me this world. To stand up and speak up. That's what I do.
Okay. I think, I don't want to say I think because it's not my opinion, it's not my suggestion, but because you are in the former government, right? And a lot of people feel like you were there, you were supporting that government, but now you are out. That's when you're saying this government is A, this government is B. So why couldn't you speak out and stand out when you are inside the government, the same government that now you're looking at and saying this government is corrupt?
Well, I think you have been out here for too long. Probably you didn't follow what I was doing when I was in government. I went along with the president for the first 1 year. I realized all is not well, and I realized he is not who he had promised me and the people of Kenya that he is. I realized that all the things we had promised the people of Kenya, the bottom-up economic transformation, putting money into people's pockets, respect for human rights, that was not happening anymore. And I started speaking out when I was in government. And that's why I got kicked out. Had I just kept quiet
Fitting.
and went along
Fitting.
and sat on the table to eat, I would still be there, having it nice, as the people of Kenya are suffering. I started speaking out. I opposed from within cabinet Finance Bill 2024.
Yes.
I spoke very strongly against it. The minutes are there for posterity.
Yes.
And I spoke right inside cabinet when I was deputy president. I did not speak when I left. I spoke from inside. I spoke against abductions and extrajudicial killings. If you remember, June 25th, 2024, when our kids were butchered in the following day, on the 26th, when I was deputy president, I called a press conference in Mombasa. I called out the president.
I remember that.
I stood out and spoke up. That's what you do. So let nobody say that Ricky is speaking because he's speaking out because he left government. No. The truth of the matter is that Ricky was kicked out because of speaking from inside. The president couldn't take it. He couldn't be challenged by anybody. He couldn't stand to be told the truth. And I was telling him, boss, the people of Kenya are opposed to Finance Bill 2024. Please don't force it on them. And if you do, we shall be left with a ring on our face.
Yes.
And it happened as I told him. I told him these abductions and extradition killings, these young kids have a point. What they are saying makes sense.
Yes.
Let's listen to them. In any case, they are our children. And, abducting them and, massacring them. It's not right. It's immoral. It's against our Christian teachings. It's against the Constitution. It's against humanity. Please, let's listen to these young boys and girls. They have a point and they are our children. Anyway, she couldn't take it. That's why I was kicked out. So, for standing out and speaking up is what got me where I am.
Where you are today.
But I can tell you, it's like throwing the fish into the water. By kicking me out, I go to the best environment now. I'm able to speak up and speak for the people of Kenya without talking to anybody, without asking anybody for permission. When I was in government, I was a little bit civil. I would do it with a lot of respect. I would be persuasive. I would approach the president with a lot of humility and plead with him and persuade him. And I was talking to a stone. Yes. I don't have to do that anymore. When things are not going right, I simply see this is wrong.
You speak up.
When he is lost, I say you are lost. Stop it. I am a happier man, by the way.
Okay.
I am a very happy person. And I am in my best environment because I'm able to speak up for the people of Kenya. I'm able to stand out and speak for them. And I am very grateful that God has given me that opportunity to speak for the people of Kenya. And I'm equally happy that the people of Kenya appreciate what I do.
Yes.
And I actually realize how much the Kenyan people value my contribution to our democratic space. Anytime I leave the country, there's too much pressure for me to go back, for me to speak up. It's only when I appreciate. Sometimes when you are in the country doing what you know,
you don't see it.
You think it's just a normal way of life. Until when I'm out of the country, I went to the US for 6 weeks, and Kenyans were saying, well, he must come back. He must speak. He must tell us what is happening. Even when I was coming here, I had planned to come here for a month. But the pressure back home has made me cut short my visit for a week. Because Kenyans are saying we have too many problems. The issue of the fuel,
yes,
the cost of living, transport costs, the prices of consumer products. And Kenyans are saying somebody must speak for us. And to many Kenyans, that person who can speak and who must speak for the people of Kenya is refugee. And they are saying, refugee, we know, you wanted to go and sell your party and market your party in the United Kingdom, meet the diaspora people, meet Kenyans, interact with them, get to know what they are doing, work with them on how to partner with the new administration. We appreciate that.
Yes.
But we need to more at home.
Yes.
We are in trouble.
Yes.
You know, we have no food. Our children cannot go to school. SHA is not working.
Yes.
The country is almost grinding to a halt. You are more useful to us back home. So really, please take a few days and come back home. So over the weekend I'll be back home so that I can support the people of Kenya. I can speak for them and give them hope and encourage them that there will be a better tomorrow.
Okay. So you said you came to promote. Did you come to promote your party, or you came to meet the diaspora?
It's twofold. One, our party DCP has a UK chapter.
Okay.
I came to officially launch and enhance our party activities and recruit more members.
Yes.
Again, I had the opportunity on Saturday, I had a dinner with Kenyan people.
Yes, I remember
to explain to them what will be their place in my administration. What role will they play in our administration? What are their issues? They are very serious stakeholders. The diaspora brigade is #1 foreign exchange earner for our country. You know, in the 70s, coffee was #1 foreign exchange earner.
Yes.
In the 80s, it was overtaken by tea. And in the 90s, tourism became #1 foreign exchange earner for our country. As we speak today, the remittances from diaspora are #1 foreign exchange earner for our country.
Yes.
And we are saying, if you contribute such a huge amount to the economy,
Yes.
you must have a say the way that money is utilized.
Yes.
The diaspora people must be on the decision-making table because they are serious partner in our country's development, in the economic discourse of our country. And we are saying that you cannot be the #1 foreign exchange earner for our country. The money that we are using to pay our foreign debt, the money we are using for importation, the money that we are using to run our embassies and high commissions, yet you have no voice despite that very huge contribution. So that is one of the discussions I'm having with the diaspora people. And we are agreeing that one way or another, the administration that I intend to form when I'm elected president, or I'm part of that government, is that people from diaspora must play a critical role in our administration, in the executive, in the Senate, in the National Assembly, in the County Assembly. I am also saying it makes sense that we tap the expertise, the professional resource available in diaspora to run our embassies. If it's here in the UK, why would I go back home to look for a high commissioner?
Yes.
We have competent men and women with the necessary qualifications and experience who understands UK much better than anybody else coming from Kenya. Ambassadors and high commissioners serve for 4 years. When you get somebody who has never been to the UK from Kenya, the first 1 year they'll settle down, find school for their children, get to know a house, to know what 1 year is gone. The second year they are learning on contacts. Who are the business people here? How do you engage the British? The third year they start putting our plan. By the time they start implementing,
4 years is gone.
4 years is gone. But if I came here to the UK and quickly, who has lived here for 20 years, for example, she doesn't need to look for a house, she doesn't need to look for school for her children. She just gets to office and start working. She knows who is who. She knows who are the manufacturers. She knows who are in agro-processing. She knows who are in value addition. I would want a situation where either between the High Commissioner and the Deputy, one would come from the diaspora. That's what I'll do if I'm president. That I pick either the High Commissioner or the Deputy from the diaspora. And it will work out well, and it's a very practical thing. So these are some of the discussions that I'm having with Kenyans who live here, who work here, and they are very excited.
Yes.
Of course, many of them have doubts because they have been cheated before. They have engaged Kenyan leaders before. The minute they are elected, they don't pick their force. They don't give them appointment, they don't go with them. So I'm asking them to give me the benefit of doubt because that's all I can do. I cannot tell them 100% that I'm better than the others.
Yes.
But I have a proven track record that I'm an honest person, I'm a truthful person. I'm asking the Kenyans in diaspora to give me the benefit of doubt, that I will live up to my word and I will honor the promises that I make. In any case, it's the right thing to do because it can only be helpful to the country.
Yes.
You know, these are men and women who have a lot of experience. Let's look at the health sector. The management of health here in the UK is top notch.
Yeah.
We want to benefit as a country from the health practitioners who have been here in the UK. It will be useful for our country. When you look at engineering, when you go around here, drainage is top notch. After it has rained, 20 minutes later you cannot know there was rain.
Yeah.
We would want to tap from the professionals in the diaspora to come and help their country, because at the end of it all, East or West, always best. So it's not just honoring a promise. It's the right thing to do. You know, it's good, it will make work easier for my administration.
Yes.
It will be helpful to the country, where you are saying Kenyans out there who have proven track record, who have expertise, who have experience elsewhere, that things are working. Why can't they come back home and help us fix those things the way they actually fix in the countries they are domiciled?
So instead, because right now we have a lot of politicians or who come to benchmark
Yes.
in the diaspora, whether it's in the UK, US, or Australia, they come to benchmark. But when they go back home, they don't really implement whatever they came to do. So are you saying that, are you telling us as diasporans that you're going to give us a platform that we can transfer our skills
Absolutely.
back home rather than having them come to
Absolutely.
benchmark? Because that also reduces the cost of using taxpayers' money.
I can tell you, we are spending billions of shillings. Members of county assemblies traveling all over the world to go and benchmark so that they can have transfer of knowledge and technology back home.
Which they don't.
We have billions of shillings by principal secretary. Instead of spending all that money, why don't you get Kenyans who have been living in this country to come and help us fix them? Why do we need to get Kenyans to come and benchmark in the UK? Why don't we get Kenyans who are already in the UK to come and fix what we need to fix at home? It's a win-win situation for the country, for all of us. We spend less and we get value for money. I would want a situation where the issues of benchmarking will never be part of my administration.
Okay.
If there are things we want to learn from the United Kingdom, get Kenyans who have been in the United Kingdom for 30 years to come and fix it at home. It's a win-win situation.
Sir, is this just you saying, because I know that is something that diaspora people have really wanted to hear, because they always ask themselves, why do people come and benchmark? They go back and do nothing about it. And even that benchmarking is just wasting taxpayers' money. So if you're saying this is like dangling carrots for us as diasporans, that, oh, this is what I'm going to do, and all these promises, like we've been promised before, and nothing has happened. So are you just saying this for us to say, or are you really saying that you're going to implement it for us?
I know you are about to ask a question.
Yes.
Allow me to ask you one question. What would one gain by not doing it? I mean, it's foolish.
But those are promises that we do.
I have looked at the health sector. And it's Kenyans who are doing it.
Yes.
Where I've been around here, it's Kenyans who are behind the success of the health system here in the United Kingdom. So why would you want to get doctors coming from Nairobi to come and benchmark here and there, instead of getting a few Kenyans who have been part and parcel of the success story? The health system is to come back home and fix things back home and enjoy. And I think Kenyans working at home inside will be so fulfilled, it will be a lifetime to come back home and transfer the knowledge they have started. I think even part of the news, because that camera is closing that way. No, I know many Kenyans. Yeah. I've met many Kenyans who say, when I get an opportunity to come home and fix our immune system, because I've done it, success. I go back home, I know proof. So I am saying, I want Kenyans give me the benefit of doubt, give me a chance, give me leadership, and I'll do it. Not to please the people of the diaspora, but to fix for the country Kenya that I love.
Yes. So you're vying for presidency.
Yes.
And who is your running mate? Or is that still in wraps?
Well, the issue of running mate is a political question.
Okay.
You don't just get a running mate because you like one. Getting elected president is a political process. And that political process means it's a game of numbers.
Yes. You have the numbers.
I heard the other day Dr. Fred Matiang'i say that we shall get one single presidential candidate using a scientific formula. He's right. The science of politics is numbers. For you to get elected as president, you must mobilize voters who come and vote for you. So when you look for a running mate, numbers will play a huge role in that decision, because you must add what you control plus what somebody else can control, put it together to get 50 plus 1. So the decision of my running mates will be informed by science.
Okay.
The game of numbers.
Yes.
I must have a running mate, one who is competent, two who are a chemist like mine, who believes in the liberation of Kenya, who believes in good governance, who believes in transparency, who believes that Kenyans must be listened to, and who believes that Kenyans have a right to decide how they be governed. That is the first thing. Once he or she has achieved that qualification, then we look at what numbers are you able to put together. I let nobody cheat you that these decisions can be made without looking at numbers. William Ruto picked me as deputy president.
Yes.
By the way, he didn't like me at all.
When he was speaking, he didn't
No,
like
he
you?
didn't like me at all.
Okay.
He knew I'm a strong guy, and he didn't want anybody strong. He didn't want somebody who is an independent thinker, and he didn't want somebody who can stand to his ground and say this is wrong, this is right. But he needed numbers. So he picked me because I brought numbers.
Game of numbers.
He wanted me as a running mate, but he didn't want me as his deputy.
He wanted you as a flower guy.
Yeah.
He
wanted me as a guy to mobilize numbers. Thereafter become a flower girl.
Oh wow.
And then I couldn't be a flower girl.
You refused.
I can't be a flower girl. So he had to get rid of me and get a flower girl. So he got the best of the two worlds. He got one guy who can mobilize numbers. Okay?
Yeah.
Once he achieved the presidency, get rid of him, and now get another flower girl of what he decided. Now the only problem now he has to face an election. But nobody can trust him. Because when you pick a running mate, you misuse him to get your numbers. When you accept the presidency, you get rid of him. For him now to get a running mate, there are many questions. Many people ask this guy, if Rigiji helped him to be president, mobilize the numbers. The minute he became president, kicked him out. I trust him. He has serious trust deficit.
Yes.
Serious trust deficit. So he has to look around. That is why, as we speak, he has promised the running position to more than 7 people. He has promised to Governor Wanga of Bahama Bay.
Yeah.
He has promised Oburu Odinga. He has promised John Badi. He has promised to retain Kindiki. He has promised Anwa Uhuru. He has promised another fellow called GK Kariuki, the MP for here. He's promising everybody as he's looking for numbers. And actually, I can tell you from where I see numbers. He is lost. He doesn't know what to do. Because these numbers are not easy. For you to be running mate to somebody, you must bring serious numbers. That is how he became running mate to President Uhuru Kenyatta. He had serious numbers, over 2.5 million votes.
Yes.
Then you can be a serious contender to be running with. So he is having a difficult time because in Nyanza the numbers are not adding up. Probably he had hoped he could inherit what Raila Odinga had. But those ODM people were not ODM followers. They were followers of Raila Odinga. Raila Odinga is gone and may God rest in peace. But loyalty is not transferable. I can tell you very, very candidly, you cannot transfer loyalty. The loyalty of the Luo nation to Raila Odinga cannot be transferred to Oburu Odinga. And for him to transfer to William Ruto, that even will be a third transfer. It's very difficult. The people of Raila Odinga to be transferred to Oburu, and Oburu to transfer to William Ruto is a tall order.
Yeah.
Very tall order. Raila Odinga had other followers in Coast region, in Western region. All that now is up in smoke. So he's having a serious challenge on getting a serious running mate.
Yes.
And I can tell you from where I sit as a political scientist, the peak of running mate for William Ruto will be Waterloo. Whatever he does, if he does, he's damned. If he doesn't, he's damned.
Yes.
If he drops Kindiki, he has a problem with the little support that was remaining in the mountain. If he gives him and denies the Luo nation, they are gone. If he doesn't give Musalia, they are gone. It's a difficult thing. In fact, he's in the situation Moi was in 1997. Moi dropped George Saitoti as vice president. He did not reappoint him, and he took time to look for somebody. And everybody was demanding the position.
Yes.
And he realized if he gives it to this person, he loses his block. If he gives this person, he loses. Eventually, he gave it back to Saitoti. Yeah. So William Ruto, I wish him well. But he'll know that getting a running mate who can mobilize serious numbers to help you to become president, it's not a walk in the park. It's not a walk in the park.
But do you have people in mind, though? Not telling us, but you have people in mind that you're thinking.
I have several options.
People, right.
I have several options.
Okay.
All informed in compatibility.
Yeah.
Somebody I think we can work with.
Yes.
Number two, the numbers he or she can bring to my bid for me to be successful. Because for me to be president, I need 50 plus 1. I have quite a substantial following, but I need to top it up. And for me to top it up, I need a very serious running mate with serious numbers. And those are considerations that we are making as we move on, as we go on. Yeah, it's not easy to pick a running mate. If you are very serious contender and if you want to be president, you must be great. Yeah.
So in a hindsight, what would you have done differently when you were in that government, or in the sitting government right now, not to be kicked out? What would you have done differently? Is there a time you sat down and
thought, there's nothing I did not make a mistake myself. William Ruto did not intend to be with me for long. He had planned to kick me out even before we got elected. So my fate was sealed.
Okay.
It was just a question of time.
Okay.
He didn't want a strong person. He didn't want somebody who has principles. He didn't want somebody who is not a thief.
Yes.
He didn't want somebody who is not corrupt. I am not corrupt, I'm not a thief. And for that reason, it was very difficult for me and him to work together. Because he wanted us to loot the country. He wanted us to mismanage public resources. He wanted us to enrich ourselves from public resources. And I was not comfortable.
Yes.
So there is nothing I would have done differently for me to survive.
Yes.
The only thing, probably in hindsight, had I made a coalition agreement with William Ruto with my own political party, we'd still be together. And probably this country will be doing well because I'll be telling him no. And there's nothing he can do. He was able to kick me out because I didn't have my political party.
At that time,
we were in the same party.
Yes.
So my members would have supported me, but also his members. That is a lesson that I have learned. I'll never repeat that mistake.
Yes.
My base where I come from, we shall never repeat that mistake. We have made a decision.
Yes.
Not just for this election, but for posterity. This is a story we'll be telling our children and their children and their children.
Yes.
That for you to be well cushioned politically in any coalition, you must go to coalition with your political party. If I had my political party and I had made a coalition with William Ruto, we will still be together.
Yes.
We'll be fighting, or I'll be in government, and probably the country will be well functioning because with members, I'll be able to check him. I would have stopped him from doing a lot of things he was doing. He compromised Raila Odinga to be able to do things without any question. Then I started the questioning from inside. So he kicked me out to do all the things he wants to do without a question. So if I had a political party, I had my own members of parliament and senate, he would not have been able to kick me out. And the country actually would be more stable and things will not be as bad as they are because I will be providing oversight from within government. And that is actually what the framers of the 2010 Constitution envisaged. A strong deputy president elected by the people to check the president from inside, from within government. And you see, what has happened now is that he removed an elected deputy president who can ask questions, who can start farm and put an employee, his own employee whom he has picked. He is not elected by anybody. Yeah. So he will do what he tells him because in any case he's one who has given him the job. Yeah, that is why it's against the 2010 Constitution. The framers had intended a deputy president to be elected by the people, so that in case the president became wrong, in case the president became excessive, a reasonable deputy elected by the people would have some leverage, some local standard to say, no, we can't go this direction. That's what I had started doing when I was within government. Yeah. And then he couldn't agree that I apply some oversight role from within government. Yeah.
There are so many questions here. But somebody is just also concerned. A lot of people here, like you rightfully said, are on your side, but they say President Ruto didn't see this coming. He didn't see you having a party. Just thought kicking you out, you're going to the village to be a farmer.
Yes. In fact, there are some young boys around him who gives him advice. I told him to be sitting with the elders. Because the elders, by virtue of age, experience, exposure, know quite a bit. And elders in any society are useful because they'll give you wise counsel. And most of these elders are rich people. They are people who have seen it all and they are not sycophantic. And therefore they can give very good advice. The President Mwai Kibaki was very successful because he had a few elders whom he trusted. The late Jenga Karube, the late John Michuki, Francis Mudaura, Joe Wajui. People who are wealthy, people who want nothing from him. They just want the country to succeed. And they will tell him as it is, as what people are saying. So I did ask President William Ruto, please, I can see some young boys around you. Little boys. Some are not even married, they don't even have a family. They are the ones who advise you. And I could see the country is headed in the wrong direction. And we started losing support. We had come in with a lot of support. There was euphoria when we were elected. Everybody was for William Ruto and the BJ. And then I told him we are losing support. One, for taxation.
Yes.
Programs that are like the housing program, people don't want it. People are saying it's not the work of government to build houses. The work of government is to provide services, roads, water, electricity, sewage, security, and a good environment to do business. But housing is a personal choice. Leave it to the private sector. Mwai Kibaki never did housing program. But he did a lot of housing indirectly. He opened up the bypasses, put tarmac, electricity, water, and the houses came up on their own.
Yes.
You let the private sector thrive on its own. So I started telling William, I am talking to the people and we are losing it, my brother. Please, let's not force things on the people. He said, no, you don't know, you don't have to do what is right. What is popular, you do what is right. I said, I agree with you, you do what is right. But if the majority of the people who give us this job decides it's not right, you cannot insist it is right. If they are saying it's not right, the people, you are employers. The people who give you the job, if they are saying what you are saying is right, they are telling you no, you don't want it. So I had asked him, let's get some elders, let's get professionals, let's talk to people, let's listen to the people of Kenya. He could hear none of it. So these same boys are the ones who told him, you remove this guy. Within 2 weeks, he'll be forgotten. He'll go back to Omnyor. He'll be crestfallen. Yes. He'll be traumatized. He'll be depressed. This guy, nobody, without security, without choppers, without cars, without a salary, without anything. This guy, 2 weeks, he'll be forgotten. Just give the job to another fellow from the mountain. And the mountain people are not interested in people. They are interested in positions. He is only popular because of the position that he has. And he was persuaded. So they got rid of me. But,
well, somebody's.
So what has happened today?
Yeah, somebody's saying the impeachment was unlawful, but we're not going to talk about that. So now that you have a party, we've seen hands exchanging. This is a history repeating itself in regards of handshake. We've seen it so many times with government. So now that you have your own party, for peace sake and unity sake in Kenya, right? For us to have one Kenya and one government, are you willing, if President Ruto was to call you today, are you willing to sit down and have a dialogue of handshake and peace for the country?
No, that handshake nonsense is responsible for the erosion of our democracy. Good democracy needs government and opposition.
Yes.
Because absolute power corrupts. Power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. The hole we are in as a country is because the president has gone wrong. He's become a dictator. And because there's nobody to ask him any question.
We don't have a strong...
Yeah, because there's no opposition.
Yeah.
The National Assembly we have today at Moses Wetangula is worse than the National Assembly we had during the one-party era.
Yes.
And the single party at the Kanu. We had a very bad parliament. But this one at the Moses Wetangula is terrible. Wetangula, the Speaker of National Assembly, behaves like a youth wing of UDA. You can see me in Harambee talking about UDA and Tuta. Yet he is supposed to be an arbiter, an umpire in National Assembly. He's not supposed to have an opinion.
Yes. He's
supposed to wait for the legislators to come there, and then he can moderate the debate and allow the people to make a decision.
Yes.
But himself is propagating the same matters that come in Parliament in public eyes. So, by neutralizing ODM, by making sure that he got rid of his deputy who was level-headed and who loved his country and who was patriotic enough not to agree to things that are wrong, he has a field day to do whatever he wants. So asking me to have a handshake with William Ruto will just even make him worse. You see, right now we are checking him and he's not liking it. To tell you the truth, we are giving him better opposition than Raila Odinga. Raila Odinga was a good opposition leader. But to be truthful, he didn't have the energy we have. In terms of being agile, in terms of articulating issues, we have a more serious opposition than we had during the time of Raila Odinga, which is good for the country. So today, if I agree to have a handshake with William Ruto, I'll just be giving him a blank check to continue the excesses, abductions, extrajudicial killing, sale of public assets, theft of public funds, destruction of institutional governance. Parliament is no longer an independent institution. It has been captured. The Senate has been captured. The governors cannot speak. Nobody can speak. So we are the only remaining voice. So we will be very unfair to the people of Kenya. I don't think the people of Kenya would ever forgive me. If today I went and shook hands with William Ruto in exchange either of money or positions or privilege.
Because it can never
maybe I can go and say, oh, we'll give you security, or we'll give you cars, or we'll give you some money, or we'll give you 3 ministers, and all that nonsense. I'm not interested. We have a job to do. We have to keep him in check, so that this country can stand. And we have even a bigger duty, a more serious responsibility to work very hard to have change of government next year through constitutional means, as we don't want to remove William Ruto unconstitutionally. I heard Mukomen saying that I'm inciting people by saying they need to deal with traitors. For the record, Mukomen must know anybody who betrays voters is a traitor. A traitor is a traitor, and traitors must be called out. And I am on record saying all traitors must be punished, but on the ballot. I'm not telling anybody to beat them. I'm not telling anybody to beat them. I'm not telling anybody to. No. I'm even saying, when we had a funeral in our house, and William Ruto was here. And the people are very hostile to him. I said, no.
Yes.
Let this guy speak.
Yeah.
We have a problem with him.
Yes.
But the Constitution has given us an opportunity next year to get rid of him.
Yes.
Let's wait for that opportunity. For now, he's president. Allow him to speak. Even these members of parliament who support him, they have betrayed the Kenyan people. They are traitors. We must deal with them. And that is why I use figurative language. I have heard some people trying to twist it. Kuua nyoka na mayai. That is figurative language. I'm a student of literature. And the power of figurative speech in terms of communication is very powerful. Kuua nyoka means getting rid of William Ruto on the ballot.
On the ballot.
With the eggs. The eggs are all the people who support him. We cannot get rid of him and leave the fellows who support him around because they have betrayed the Kenyan people and they can betray the people of Kenya again.
But the ballots in 22 Kokadi, right? I feel that because we don't have a civil education in terms of voting right, who am I voting for? It's all about greed, it's all about money, it's all about what we are getting. Because if I'm hungry and somebody puts food on my table, I'll take it. But if there's civil education, yes, take the money. And I'm for Kenyans. Anybody who wants to take the money, take it. But when you're going to vote, you're by yourself. Nobody knows who you're voting for. So vote right. But if we have civil education, don't you think this will now help us to vote well and to also take that voting card?
My sister, the IBC is supposed to do a lot of civic education. And they are not doing it. The civil society used to be very vibrant in Kenya. That is no longer the case. But have comfort. These public rallies we do every week. It's civic education. We are educating the people of Kenya. And they are getting it. We had some nominations in a place called Olokalawo as a by-election. And the UDA party of William Ruto was having nominations on Friday. The DCP, my party, had nominations on Saturday. So UDA people were giving people money, including DCP people, to go and vote for the aspirants for UDA. And the people of Olokalawo say, no, we love money, yes. We need money, yes. We have a lot of problems, we can do with some money. But this one we don't want because we don't belong to UDA. We don't like UDA. We belong to DCP. The president had released 40 million Kenyan shillings to mobilize 40,000 residents of Olokalawo at a cost of 1,000 per person. So they were supposed to get 40,000 people turning up for their nomination. They got 3,000. And because they were using electronic gadgets, they escalated the figures to 8,000. But the ones who turned up are 3,000. Assuming they even turned up 8,000, let's give them the benefit of doubt. But the 2,000 residents of Olokalawo say, no, we don't want money. That is very huge victory for democracy.
Yes.
It means people are very enlightened. And people, no matter how much they are struggling, can say, no, we are not going to sell our birthright.
Yes.
We are not going to sell our democratic right. So that 2,000 people being enticed with 1,000 shillings that they need because they have no food, say no. Only 8,000 succumbed to what do you call it? Inducement, you know? So our democracy is coming of age, and I can tell you between now and next year in March, we shall be all over the country. And in these public rallies we do, they are part of the civic education. It's telling people, you people cannot accept money, and elect dictators. You cannot take money and elect people who will destroy the health system. Then when you go to hospital, there are no drugs. And the money that you are given is not sufficient to buy your drugs for 5 years. You cannot take 2,000 shillings, elect the wrong people, then for 5 years your children cannot go to school. And I think Kenyans are getting it. Because I've even seen in many places where they have been given money. After the president has left, they shout one time, which means they're just taking the money, but their heart is well protected. Their conscience is clear. that even if they are taking money, that money will not corrupt them to do the wrong thing. They'll still take the money and do the right thing. And I think I'm very encouraged by what is happening across the country and most of what happened in Kalau. And I'm sure during the by-election on July 16th, that will be more pronounced. There will be a lot of money, but people will do the right thing, I can assure you.
Okay. So my next, I'll ask, is loyalty in African politics, is it real or is it just temporary alignment of interest?
Well,
because I've heard in different forums that this is what I was promised, this is what was promised of me, but it wasn't delivered. So is it all about the interest of what I was meant to get or what I'm getting, or is it actually for the people?
our politics have been very indecent, and we have had a lot of the politics of betrayal and deception, where you promise heaven to the electorate and deliver hell. And that is why there is a very big um, overturning of leaders. If our leaders are elected, like 70% of members of parliament usually don't come back. Because when they were campaigning, they promised heaven, then they deliver hell. People have no loyalty to the voters. Voters are very loyal people. By the time voters vote for you, they really trust you. I can tell you, William Ruto was trusted by Kenya. They believed him. The guy was very persuasive. He was hardworking, he was everywhere. Bottom-up economic transformation, signing economic charters with the people of Kenya. Uhuru Kenyatta tried to say this guy is not good for the country. Please don't elect him. He will mess this country. Nobody could listen because he had promised heaven to the people of Kenya. And they believed in, they trusted, they were loyal to what he said. But he did not mean, or he was saying he did not intend to do it. And that is why you find the people who supported him most are the ones who have the biggest problem with him because they were loyal. So they feel more betrayed than even those who did not elect him. In fact, you find those who did not elect him are not having a very big problem with him because they don't feel deceived. They knew he's not good, so they are saying, we told you. So they are not very angry. But the people he deceived, the people he convinced that he means well, the people he convinced he will transform their lives, and then he has done the exact opposite of what he promised. They are very bitter and they are looking for revenge on the ballot, of course. So loyalty has been two-way. The voters have been very loyal to their leaders, but I'm afraid we, the leaders, have not been loyal to our supporters, and we many of us have let our people down. And I'm trying to be different, and I am praying to God to give me wisdom, to give me a good conscience,
discerning spirit,
to be loyal to my supporters because they have been very loyal to me. When I was removed from office, they follow me. I go to public meetings. I don't spend a cent. They come in thousands. They trust me. They were told this guy will lead you nowhere. He's impeached. He cannot be even a villager. I don't follow him, but they still follow me. They believe in me. I am praying to God to give me the discerning spirit, to have the moral courage, to do the right thing and not betray my supporters who are in millions. I must deliver to them. I must live true to what I have promised them because they have believed in me. When I have nothing, I don't give them money. I don't give them anything. They just believe in me. I have a responsibility, and a very big one, to honor that promise, to be able to show loyalty to my supporter the way they have been loyal to me.
So would you say, I hear what you're saying, and I really like that, but we have to see it working.
Yeah.
So because you're putting God in this mix and saying God to give you the wisdom, the knowledge, the discerning spirit, if you take office and within the 5 years or the 4 years that you're in office, you don't implement everything you promise us.
Yes.
Just like now people are fighting Ruto, that he has not given us what he promised.
Yes.
Would you be willing, the way we see it in the Western world, they always just step down. We don't have people fighting. They say, we don't want this prime minister. There's no fighting. I just come out. There's no people killing people, come out. So would you be willing to tell Kenyans that if I took power and I don't deliver what I've promised to deliver, I'll step down without fighting?
I'm a good student of history. I studied history in A-level. I had a B in the A-level exam. When you look at the history of the French Revolution of 1789, you see what is happening today. You cannot betray the people. They will get rid of you. What has happened to William Ruto before my own eyes? I have seen a very popular president, a guy people believed in, make so many promises. He has not delivered. And in the second year, the people are paying for his blood. Today, William Ruto cannot hold a serious meeting without paying people to attend. Even in his own backyard in the Canadian land, we had a by-election in a place called Amugadikia. He had to pay the Canadian voters to vote for UDA candidate. His home base, people who really believed in 100%, today he has to pay them. I would be a very bad student of history to go to that path. If I cheat the people of Kenya, the second year, the third year, they'll be paying for me, they'll be paying for my blood. I am already aware. So why would I want to go into that direction?
So you will leave.
Now
you step down.
I will deliver to the people. I will not leave because I will deliver. I will do what I have promised.
But
because I don't have a choice.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, just for argument's sake.
No, I'm
don't
saying,
deliver.
if it comes to that, if it comes to that, and it cannot come to that because I have to be a good student of history.
Yes, but just if.
There is no way you can do the same thing and expect different results. If you cheat the people of Kenya, you deceive them, you work for them, and you don't work for them, they'll get rid of you.
Yes.
So why would I fall into that trap? I can see I have been with William Ruto, we were elected together, who are very popular.
Yeah.
Along the way, we started losing popularity. I started advising because I didn't want to suffer the same fate as him. I told him, boss, we are losing it. Kenyans are saying we are cheating them.
Yes.
We are launching development projects that they are not budgeted for.
Yes.
When we leave, the tractors, the graders, they follow us to Nairobi. And people have started now speaking behind our backs and they are saying we are liars. I told him, I don't know where I would get such a deputy. A deputy who was telling you, boss, we are getting it wrong. Kenyans are saying this, please, let's change. So if I saw that happen to him,
why would you repeat it?
Why would I repeat it? I would be a fool. And I don't think I'm foolish.
Yes.
I'm not very intelligent, neither am I foolish. I'm just somewhere there in the middle. I know something, a few things. I cannot repeat that mistake. I intend to honor my promises to the people of Kenya to the extent possible.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now that you've actually mentioned France somewhere, so now I also recently witnessed the president of France who visited Kenya, and we were made to believe that he came for a focus of peace, security, and economic partnership. But yet, most Kenyans are crying and saying this was just selling Kenya to the highest bidder. What do you think about that?
Kenyans are very intelligent people.
They are.
Kenyans were colonized by the British.
Yes.
The West Africa was colonized by the French. And the French were not just colonizing people like Kenya. Theirs was called assimilation. They would even change your culture and language. They would assimilate. Most West African countries speak French, and they go to homage to Paris. The West African countries know France and President Macron more than we do. They have all abandoned him. They want nothing to do with him. He is isolated. France is isolated by the former colonies. They know France more than we do. They are saying, no, these are exploiters. These are corrupt people. They don't mean well for Africa. Go away, we don't need you. Then, to salvage himself from isolation, he has come to East Africa, and specifically Kenya.
We're not listening.
It's only William Ruto who thinks he's anything. Kenyans know he's not. Let's start by the Rironi Mau Summit Road. During the reign of President Uhuru Kenyatta, the French companies entered an agreement contract with the Kenyan government to expand Rironi to Mau Summit to 8 lanes at a cost of 151 billion pensions. Okay? And when President William Ruto came to power, he didn't want to honor that. And he discussed with President Macron, and they discussed on how to get some money out of the whole thing, cancel the contract, and pay the French companies 7.1 billion shillings without doing anything, by simply cancel the contract and split the money halfway. 3.5 billion for President William Ruto, 3.5 billion for President Macron. We know those things. Then,
how do you know this?
We know
Is it because you're in the government?
I've been around. I was
Okay.
deputy president. I have people in government, and I was also a civil servant for a long time. In fact, Kenyans are shocked. Anything I say is true.
You know a lot.
I know, because I am government. I joined government at the age of 22 when I left university. I grew through the system. In every ministry, I know more than half the population at a personal level. 3 names, so and so. So I am a walking information box. I have information at my fingertips. Anything, I'm ahead of William Ruto. In fact, I am briefed better than he is briefed, because most times he doesn't know what's going on. Many times he hears things from me. So they decided to go to China and expand the contract, reduce the scope of the road from 8 lanes to 6 lanes, and add the amount to 200 billion. So they are stealing 50 billion with the Chinese, 7 billion with the French, 50 billion with the Chinese. There is a company called CRBC. It is actually the Chinese company that is doing corruption in Kenya. All the big projects in Kenya, the Talanta Stadium, they are doing that stadium over 100 billion.
Yes.
They are doing Bombers of Kenya for another 50 billion. They are doing the JKIA. They have been given another contract called Nairobi Railway City at a cost of 29 billion. When there is a company that had won that tender at 22 billion shillings, and William Ruto ordered for them to be deported back to China so that they don't challenge the award. So it was given to CRBC, and they are stealing 7 billion from that contract. So this CRBC is the biggest conduit of corruption in Kenya. And I'm asking the Chinese government to consider recording those people back to China, because they are the conduit of corruption, and we shall be able to prosecute them next year. I want to be very candid with CRBC that they will not escape, and I want to tell the government of the Republic of China, because Republic of China, that the directors of CRBC will have to face the law for the amount of money they have stolen from the Kenyan taxpayers with the current administration. As soon as this administration is sent home, we are going to recover this money from CRBC. And again, all this money that William Ruto and his people are stealing, a new administration will recover this money. Because there is no way we can have a change of government and just proceed like nothing was stolen from the people of Kenya.
Yes.
So Macron had come to Nairobi. That summit was a facade. It was a small screen. He had come to finalize the deal for the compensation of Rirone Summit Road. The Auditor General has released a report that this money has been gotten from the fuel levy against the law, against the laws of our country. Because President Macron, President William Ruto are part of this deal. So they have circumvented the law to steal money from the public, to pay French companies, so that this money can benefit President Macron and President William Ruto. And I want to be very candid with the Kenyan institutions.
Yes.
The pension funds, NSSF and other funds, money is being taken from NSSF to be taken to the non-Mausami to do their works. I want to tell all these funds, even there's an institution called unclaimed assets. That money was gotten from unclaimed assets against the law and taken to buy shares in Kenya Pipeline. I want to tell the managers of these pension funds, I want to tell the directors of all these institutions that are giving money to President William Ruto to push corruption against the law. Next year they'll have their day in court. And I want to be very candid, because they don't say we did not tell them. I'm telling Kenyan fund managers who are getting money meant for workers to enhance corruption in Kenya. I'm telling institutions that against the law that are getting money to buy prostitutes against the law. Next year in October, in November, they'll have their day in court. And they cannot escape. I'm telling the Chinese contractors who are being used by William Ruto to push corruption in Kenya, next year they'll have their day in court. That is a promise I want to give to the Kenyan people. We cannot just have change of government and just proceed like there is nothing. All the assets that have been stolen will be reclaimed and restored to the Kenyan people.
Yes.
We are now getting a situation where they are now even stealing private land. They are in Kiambu. There is called Bobo. His land, 248 acres, has been taken forcibly by government. And I want to tell the people who are going to buy that land, because the people in power are subdividing land taken forcibly from the people of Kenya with forged documents. I want to put Kenyans and investors on notice. If you purchase land that is controversial, land that has been stolen from the people of Kenya by government officials, and they produce fake titles and they give it to you, even if you have constructed a mansion, it doesn't matter how much it is. I want to promise you, today, you will lose that land. And you'll have to follow Ruto and his officials to look for your money.
To get your money back.
You'll have to look, especially that land in Kiambu, the Kasarin land. Anybody who is going to buy that land belongs to Bogwa, and everybody knows. It's been taken by Kipchumba Murkomen and Oscar Sudi and William Ruto. They want to subdivide that land and sell it to Kenyan investors. I want to put them on notice. Anybody who buys that land, next year in October, you lose your land. The land for Mrs. Magogo, the widow of the late Ada Kenyanjui Magogo, 98 acres near Kiambu, has been taken. Anybody who buys that land, those titles will be cancelled when we take over, and that land restored to Mrs. Magogo. Woe unto you if you have spent your money to these government officials.
Yes.
Because we cannot allow that kind of impunity. And why do we have change of government? You have change of government so that you right the wrong things. We cannot simply just replace William Ruto and rubber stamp all the wrongs and the evils that he has done. There must be restitution.
Yes.
There must be justice.
Yes.
And one of the things is to recover all stolen land, all stolen properties, all stolen government assets, and restore them to the Kenyan public.
Wow, thank you very much. We're actually running out of time. So I just have two more questions for you. And in fact, one. So your parting shot, if you could speak to the younger you before entering into politics. Now younger you is sitting here and you want to give younger you advice, what would you say?
I would like to tell our young people that one, they should not shy away from taking up leadership positions. And leadership cannot be given to you when you're at home. You go out there and look for it. And history is very clear that all the leaders we have today, at one time or another, they were leaders when they were young. I was a student leader myself at the University of Nairobi. I was the chairman of Nyeri District University Students Association. I was the chairman of the Literature Students Association. I started leadership at the age of 19. I want to tell the young people, one, they must pursue leadership. But I want to guide them with tremendous respect that leadership is a calling. It's not a ladder to wealth. It is not a formula to riches. It is service. If anybody wants to come to leadership to be rich, look for something else to do. Before I joined politics, I was a very wealthy man. Today I'm not. I have spent my wealth in public leadership, and I'm very happy about it. It's very fulfilling. It is about service. So let no young person at any one time dream that they want to get into leadership so that they can become wealthy, so that they can become rich quickly. Leadership is a service. And once they know that, they'll be good leaders. But if they come with a mindset that they are coming to make money, they'll be very disappointed. That is why you find many leaders who came to parliament to look for health will not be re-elected.
Yes.
That is why you find when I was being removed from office, many friends of mine were given money to remove me from office. And they did it because they had come to leadership to look for money. The few who had come to lead and to serve refused to take money.
Yes.
So that is what is leadership. And those leaders who refuse to take money, today, they are very popular and they are going to be elected without too much of a struggle.
Yes.
Those who took money will be sent home because they did not come to leadership to serve. They came to look for money. So that is the difference. And actually, that's how sad the situation we are in. The president came to look for health. In the process, he has destroyed the country. He's very wealthy, of course, undoubtedly.
Yes.
You know, I remember, and I must tell the people of Kenya, when we were in good books, initially he told me that he wants in 5 years to be richer than the family of Kenyatta and Moi combined. It looked at all order to me, and I told him as much. He said, "You don't know, I'll be." It is true today. William Ruto is richer than the family of Kenyatta and the family of Moi combined after only 4 years in government. But in the process, he's destroyed the country. Everything has been stolen from Kenya. There is nothing that is remaining. In fact, I was just telling Dr. Matiang'i and Kalonzo that even as we are looking for leadership, we shall have a very difficult time because we have to start from scratch to restore the Kenyan nation. Everything will have been stolen. As we speak today, they are through with public institutions. That is why now they are going for private land in Kiambu. They look for a big piece of land, 200 acres, that the owner died. They try to grab it because they have sold all the national assets. There's nothing else to sell.
Yes.
So I want to tell the young people, leadership is about integrity. Yes. Leadership is about service. As long as they come to leadership, knowing that they are coming to serve, not to make money, yes, they'll be great leaders.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much. And I also want to say thank you to every single person who was watching us today, who took their time to watch us. And so much, thank you very much, sir, for coming to my little studio and little me as well, accepting the invitation. I really, really appreciate it.
It's not small, it's a very good studio.
Thank you very much,
very
sir.
Beautiful and
thank you,
very well equipped.
Thank you, sir. And we don't take this for granted. We're very, very humble. So thank you very much, everybody. And I will say happy birthday to a little girl who's called Larissa Joy Manyasi. Today she's 23, so happy birthday. And also thank you very much. What's his name again? Thank you very much, Jojo, Triple Jojo. And I want to say thank you very much for my production team behind the scene, making us always look beautiful. Thank you very much, Omega TV UK. Thank you, all the Kenyans and all non-Kenyans who actually tuned in, because I know there's so many non-Kenyans. And I'm so sorry that we didn't get to read your questions. There are so many questions, and there's so many people who are asking so many questions. I'll say thank you so much for all the questions, and I'm sure I'll probably ask His Excellency on the side to help us answer those questions that you guys are asking, because I cannot answer them for him. So thank you also, Charles Bwanawa Wangare. Thank you so much, Zuri's dad, wherever you are in Canada, watching us, always supporting us. Thank you so much, everybody. God bless you. Meet us here again next week on Wednesday, 6 p.m. UK time and 8 p.m. Kenyan time. And like we always say, it can only be God. Tune in. God bless you. Love you guys. Bye.